Bienvenidos a Pasillo Infinito. En este episodio te presentamos los casos más impactantes de personas que afirmaron haber tenido contacto extraterrestre. Prepárate porque lo que vas a ver es increíble. Comenzamos. No olviden suscribirse a nuestro canal y activar la campanita de notificaciones para que sepas cuando publicamos nuevos videos. Uno de los casos más sorprendentes referentes a contacto extraterrestre es el del niño llamado Borishka, nacido en Rusia. Desde niño, sus padres notaron que era demasiado inteligente. Este contaba historias acerca de galaxias y civilizaciones extraterrestres. Aquí una entrevista hecha a este pequeño. Vamos a verla.
So it's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. So there was some point, some spot on the Jupiter of different color. He doesn't remember the color, but remember there was a spot.
A spot on Jupiter.
Yes.
And you saw these planets how? How did you see them? Ask him.
А как ты видел эти планеты? Тебя спрашивают.
Ну, в пространстве.
Kind of a space.
Я плохо рисую, поэтому я точно не могу нарисовать.
Is that the sun in the middle?
А вот в серединке это Солнце?
Ну да.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see these planets from a spaceship or from the planet, or how did you see them?
А ты видела их как бы из корабля или
Ну
с
да,
планеты?
с корабля.
From the spaceship.
From a
С Марса не
spaceship.
увидишь их.
You cannot see them from Mars, really.
I see. And did you see them before you were born?
А ты видела их до своего рождения?
На Земле?
You mean the being born on the Earth?
Or another planet?
Не обязательно до своего рождения или на другой какой-то планете.
Не, ну вообще когда летал там в космосе, на Марсе еще когда жил, видел.
When I was flying in the space, when I was living in Mars, then I saw them.
I see. And was this recently? You remember recent? Ask him, was this recent?
Это было не так давно или это было очень давно?
Ну, это достаточно давно.
It was quite long time ago.
How long does he know?
Ты можешь приблизительно сказать, как давно это было? Cannot judge, really.
I see. How old are you now, Boriska?
А сколько тебе лет?
Мне 11. Ну да. А вот где именно в другом городе, ну там недалеко. Я Волжском родился, а мы жили в другом городе, да? Там здание номер 21, что ли.
He has two places actually. Before he was living in another place, it was 21st, the number, but now he moved to 11th.
I see. Is Mars in this picture?
А Марс есть на этой картинке? Вот здесь.
The red planet.
Is Mars really red?
А Марс на самом деле красный.
Атмосфера.
The atmosphere is kind of orange.
Okay. Is it red on the ground? Is the Earth
А
of
вот
Mars
сама Земля на Марсе какого цвета?
red?
Красная?
How did you come to be here in this different city? The name of the city is, what is the name of the city?
Which one? The where he lives now?
Yes.
А где ты сейчас живешь? В каком городе?
В Волгоградской области.
It's in the Volgograd area.
Okay.
А город Жирновск.
And the name of the city is Zhirnovsk.
Okay. And do you understand why you're living there?
Ты понимаешь, почему ты там живешь?
No? Not really? It's okay.
Если не понимаешь, тоже ничего.
Да не, мне просто Москва больше нравится.
I like more Moscow, actually.
Okay. But you are a telepath?
А ты можешь телепатически чувствовать? Телепатировать?
Ну,
You don't think so? Нет?
Пока нет.
I think not yet.
Not yet. Okay. But the professor says you are a telepath.
А профессор говорит, что вы...
What do you think of that?
Что ты об этом думаешь?
Show us the
Был
professor.
случай, когда я в поезде ехал, помнишь, ты почувствовал, что там было что-то плохо? Да? Вот расскажи об этом.
There was some
Да я не помню,
moment
Слава.
when they were in the train and he felt something was wrong.
Но он плохо помнит,
He remembers not
но
so
я могу
well.
добавить, что однажды ехал в поезде, нарвался на двух хулиганов, чуть с ними не подрался.
There were
Вот так
two
получилось.
criminals.
Да. И
They appeared
когда вернулся, он
suddenly.
меня сразу спросил, а что в поезде случилось? Я говорю, вот так и так, чуть не
And
подрался.
he was alone. And then he came home and Boriska asked immediately what happened in the plane. He like felt it and then he explained
То есть он
that.
почувствовал это событие.
Yes.
No dejes de seguirnos en nuestra página de Facebook, donde podrás encontrar mucho más del mejor contenido de terror y paranormal. Phil Snyder era un hombre que trabajó en una construcción militar subterránea. Sin saberlo, perforaron una gran caverna, así que Phil, al lado de otras 66 personas, bajaron a investigar. Comenta que se encontraron con los humanoides llamados grises y por esto se produjo un tiroteo. Él, junto con otros 2 empleados, lograron sobrevivir. En una conferencia de prensa, Snyder relató todo lo que pasó y mostró evidencias de sus heridas en el torso y la falta de 2 dedos en una de sus manos, provocadas por dicho enfrentamiento. Vamos a ver parte de esta entrevista.
Now, another thing I want to reach to you is that during the unbelievable part, I was involved in building another base inside of Dulce, New Mexico, which is Los Alamos Laboratory. It's a biological laboratory. On the southwest part of the Archuleta Mesa, we built an underground facility, a better part of 3 cubic miles hollowed out underground. Then to the southwest of that, we were in the process of the early stages of building. We drilled 4 large tunnel-like holes. Some of them ran 2.5 miles under the surface. Number of the original wells or drilling machines that were used were at the rate of 2 miles a day. It was fairly rapid. The equipment kept coming up broken. So we wanted to go down, we wanted to send somebody down there, a human observer, or human observers in this case, to find out what was going on. Well, to our total surprise, first of all, the government knew all about it. They didn't tell anybody. When I saw Green Beret and Black Beret people encamped inside of our geologist camp, I knew something was up, the gig was up. First of all, I knew all about the alien agenda. I'll explain that in a few minutes. The large alien grays had been encamped there for as best as believed possible about 400 or 500 years. It had been one of their internal bases. And we'd drilled holes right on top of it. All the stinking air, all the black sooty air came right out as soon as the first hole was sunk, and all this soot came up, and well, that's when all the hell broke loose, really, all started. Anyway, after we drilled all 4 holes, it took about 2 days to drill all 4 of them. And when you build an underground base, you drill 4 basic holes, and then you build called stopes or cross-member holes across, and then you use blasting equipment, special blasting equipment by the analyzation of the rock formation, and you literally blast out or tunnel out or deflagrate or melt rock out to build the large rooms that are required for this underground base. Well, in this process, I was lowered down the basket of one of these holes, and about from me to this elderly woman here in the front was sitting a 7-foot-tall alien gray. The stench was worse than the worst garbage can you can imagine. The person the entity was absolutely horrible. I didn't waste any time. I reached for my pistol. At that time, as an engineer, I didn't have time to carry all the folderol of one of these big submachine guns that all the sea spray and the yellow fruit and all the outer perimeter and inner perimeter security people carried. I carried a little Walther PPK pistol with a 9-shot clip. This was in late August of 1979. Now, you got a regular suit of clothes, you got a regular clothes on, plus you're in a almost like a spacesuit environment, and you're reaching for a gun. It's not the easiest thing to do, and then to pop a clip in it and start shooting. And I killed 2 of them. Yes, they're mortal, and they do die. However, in the process, one of them did this. All I remember is that he just kind of waved his hand in front of his chest, and the next thing I know, this blue beam hit me and just literally opened me up like a fish, and burnt my fingers right off of me. And it was some form of electrical force, because the kind of like being hit by a lightning bolt burned all my toenails off of me. Completely crispy crittered my left foot, burnt the shoe right off of me. All I remember is the smoking remains, and I'm still conscious, but in and out of, I didn't remember much. And there was a Green Beret that was right behind me that risked his life. In fact, he died. But he risked his life. He shoved me back in the basket and hit the button and took me up. And I wouldn't be alive talking to you today if it wasn't for him. I'm forever indebted. He lost his life. 66 Secret Service agents, Green Berets, Black Berets, crack troops lost their lives because the government, our United States government, lied, did not tell us anything about the alien threat. There's a war underneath there, and I'm talking dead serious. It's been going on since that time. Since late August of 1979, our military, the Russian military, basically the militaries of the world, have been in constant conflict with the outer space alien. The small gray, the large gray, the reptilians, the whole thing. There are 11 distinct races of aliens. 2 are benevolent. 1 had to leave here in a hurry because their world is under attack, both on the surface as well as underground. There, the Pleiadians. They're familiar. Maybe some of you are familiar with that. Would some of you raise your hands who've heard of Billy Meyer and some of the, very good, about half the group. Well, Billy Meyer is one of these lucky people that they figured, well, he's kind of a simple type, we'll show him everything. Well, these are the benevolent aliens, and they've been here helping us. In fact, I have a picture, let me reach for it here. I have a picture of one of the aliens been working for the United States Pentagon for the last 58 years. His name is Val Valiant Thor. He's right here. There's my father in the background.
Luego de esta conferencia, Phil fue encontrado muerto, ahorcado con una manguera atada a su cuello, haciendo pensar que fue un suicidio, pero la autopsia reveló varias marcas de tortura. ¿Y tú qué piensas de todos estos casos que te acabamos de presentar? Por favor, queremos saber tu opinión en la caja de comentarios. Recuerda que si tienes algún registro en video, fotografía o experiencia paranormal, nos las puedes hacer llegar al siguiente correo, así como darnos tus sugerencias de los temas que quieres que se publiquen en nuestro canal. Gracias por acompañarnos en este viaje sobrenatural. No se olviden de compartir el video, suscribirse a nuestro canal y seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales. Se despide de ustedes su servidor y amigo Hernán Almaguer. Hasta la próxima.